What's up, guys? Welcome to the first kind of funny live reaction of the year 2021. As always, I am Tim Gettys, joined by Nitro Rival himself, Andy Cortez. Thank you. The new face of video games blessing at Adeoye Jr.
Is it really the first live reaction of the year? That's wild.
Yeah, man. It's time. 40 seconds away. And
We're
of course, joining us is the master of hype, the master of streaming, SnowBikeMike.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Thanks for having me.
So here we got it. The Resident Evil Showcase. We know that Brittany, the blonde nerd herself, is hosting. That's dope as hell.
Exciting.
Very well
dope.
deserved. I'm excited to see this. Our first showing of some Resident Evil Village gameplay. Maybe some surprise along the way. Let's see.
Tim, while we're here, I'm going to shoot my shot while we have 15 seconds left.
Shoot it, baby.
At some point, there's going to be a Sonic the Hedgehog showcase. I am putting my name out there. Not Capcom, Sega, if you want me to host, holler at me. I am down. I will do it.
Say the wrong name.
Calm up.
Sega, whoever the hell you are, don't give a shit.
Sega,
I'm
whoever
down
the
to
fuck works
host.
for Sonic. Nintendo, if you want me to host your Sonic thing.
Wait, Tim, is this gonna be scary?
Yeah, probably. Witches and werewolves.
Oh my.
Hey everyone, thank you so much for joining us today, and welcome to our Resident Evil Showcase. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, here to give you a closer look into what Capcom has coming up for the Resident Evil franchise. We'll be kicking things off with some brand new content and an exclusive first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay that you do not want to miss. So without further ado, let's get started.
Yeah, you can tap your leg in a recording too.
Yeah, but like, how long ago did they record this? What would we have had to ask before we even knew what was happening?
Yeah, we definitely would have needed some prep time for that.
Andy, give me the world premiere VO.
World premiere.
Right? Thank you.
That was the best you've ever done. It was really good.
Wow,
That
thank you,
was
Kevin.
fantastic.
We hardly talk about anything else.
Castle Bell heralds danger. The bell tolls for us all.
This making sense to you yet?
Coming again.
Resident Evil got really weird.
Yeah.
Mother Miranda,
Is this the tall lady?
I regret to inform you that Ethan Winters has escaped Heisenberg.
That's a big old
That's
hat.
all the. That's
Because
RE7.
he's in my castle and has already proven too much for my daughters to handle. When
This is a
I
tall
find
lady,
him,
right? I'll tell you what, I'm excited for, like, obviously
No,
we had
Mother Miranda.
Bowsette be a huge moment in
Yes,
the
of
cosplay
course,
community.
I understand
I'm
the
excited for tall
importance of
lady
the ceremony.
Oh my god.
to hit the
I won't let
circuit,
that
you know?
Go to PAX, see a girl in stilt.
Yes.
How tall is she?
Maybe like, whoa.
Does it? I mean, who cares? Kind
He's
of.
like
You got to do the gender bending
Tell me what the
crossplay.
hell is going on here?
You got to be tall, man.
The place
Tall
is full
man.
of nothing but
Tall
blood
gentleman.
and death.
That's easy for you to do. 6'5".
That's a good point.
The RE fucking engine, guys. It is
It's hot.
gorgeous.
Optimized for the next gen. You know.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, she's having to
so
go through
tall.
tiny doors.
There you are.
That must be like hard on her back, going through all those doors that way.
Oh, because of
neck
the
and her back.
because I having to bend down to the doors.
Yeah,
I
having to
thought you
bend
meant
down
something
for every
else.
single
I thought you were
door
talking
in your
about
own
something
home.
else.
Who the fuck are you?
No.
Let's see what you're really made of. Ethan Winters.
It's Maximilian, dude.
Is it the villager guy? The sales guy?
What are you buying?
That was
There's
amazing,
no way into
but I still have so many questions. Like, when can I pre-order this thing? Perhaps producer Pete Fabiano has some answers for us. Let's see what he
Tell us,
has to
Pete.
say.
Hey everyone, I'm Pete Fabiano, producer on Resident Evil Village. When we first announced Resident Evil Village back in June, we only mentioned PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, and PC. I'm happy to announce we've been working hard to bring the survival horror experience onto current generation consoles as well.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tim.
Nice
Resident Evil
things.
Village will also be coming to
Oh,
PlayStation
man.
4 and Xbox One day and date with next gen. The
It was
PS4
gonna happen,
version
though.
can be upgraded for free to the digital PS5 version. And the
All
Xbox
40
One
of you
version
with
gives you
PS5s
free
can
access
play
to
it.
the game on Xbox Series
exactly.
X through smart delivery. It's also my pleasure to tell you exactly when you can get your hands on the game. Resident Evil Village will be available
My
worldwide on May
Let's go.
7th, 2021.
Heck yeah.
Happy
baby.
birthday,
Pre-orders
Mike.
kicking
Yeah,
off
baby.
today. Alongside the standard edition, we have a few other options for the game. First, we have the Digital Deluxe Edition, available on all platforms. Players will be able to heighten their survival horror experience with extra content, including in-game items that call back to Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. There's also a collector's edition for consoles that includes all the Deluxe Edition content, as well as a striking figure of Chris Redfield, a steelbook case, poster, and artwork.
Striking right there.
And for those of you who haven't played the previous entry, we have the Resident Evil Village and Resident Evil 7 Biohazard bundle. This lets you get
Heard
your
it's good, though.
hands
Don't
on the
need to play it.
award-winning RE7 while you wait for Resident Evil Village. Pre-order any of these editions, and you'll be able to get your hands on both the Mr. Raccoon weapon accessory and their survival resource pack, which will offer additional support during the first few hours of gameplay. Finally,
Pay to win, dude.
digital pre-orders from the PlayStation Store will receive an exclusive Resident Evil Village mini soundtrack.
All right, I've been waiting for this. I know you've been waiting for this. It's time for the world premiere first look at Resident Evil Village gameplay. Alongside this first look, we have Pete Fabiano back to offer some insights as well. Let's take a look.
I'm just thinking, Mike, tall lady, slot her in at the 5, right?
Now we're here
Slot
to
her in
give
at
you
the
an
5 coming off the
exclusive
bench.
first
you
look.
know?
Okay, yep.
at
When we
Resident
rounding
Evil
out the
Village
squad now.
gameplay.
Rebounds, you know?
Rebounds, right? We got Ethan Winters at the 1,
Just like
Chris
in
Redfield at the
Resident Evil
2,
7
Jill
Biohazard,
Valentine at
you'll
the
be
3. We
taking
rounding out the
control
squad here.
Of Ethan
Oh my God.
Winters.
It's a squad right there.
You gotta have the
You'll
twin
make your
sisters
way
at the
from
3,
the
4.
village
My
to the
bad.
castle.
Yeah.
Players will need to get in and search for their kidnapped daughter. As you've
Oh,
noticed
not a
by
kidnapped
now,
daughter.
Resident Evil
Yeah,
Village
all this
keeps
time.
the first-person perspective. We think it really draws players into the detailed world we've created.
That's a fun little RE door opening nod.
Yeah, if my daughter got kidnapped here, I'd be like, you know what? That was your fault.
You could take her, yeah.
You'll see a
Might
lot
be a
of those
better
little
lifestyle
details
than I
You
can
come
find your way
provide
out.
here.
This ain't my job.
I
The
love
team
how
put a
weird
ton
and
of effort
different this
into
looks.
creating a truly authentic feel. From art design to technology, everything ties in great and creates
And
some
on
beautiful
PS4, it'll
visuals.
run at 480p, 30 frames per second.
Now it's time to meet some of the castle denizens. As you'd expect, a warm welcome's not really what's in store
How
for
many?
Ethan.
3?
I'm into it. Now I'm down for this game, dude. Quarantine's been long. It's been rough, you know?
Man blood.
That's
dragging
dude.
ya?
Oh,
I'm into this.
I don't like being dragged.
Now, let's take a
Is
look
this,
at...
is this in VR? Have they said yet?
Well, Ethan Winters.
I don't think they have said yet.
You escaped my little brother's idiot games, did you? Let's see how special you are.
Meanwhile,
Shifting
your
gears a bit,
foot still has
we're
a hole
finally
in
going
it.
to show off some combat. It's not just about shooting. Guarding will also be an important part of the game.
They got parry system.
Yeah. Plus, you got to use your left gun when they attack parry.
Each type of enemy has
smart,
their own
yeah.
distinct way of fighting. So
You would
need
think
to
that-
change
Whoa!
up your strategy.
Oh, baby.
That dude's huge. A huge bit.
Everyone knows what to do with red barrels, right?
Hell yeah, you do. Too bad here they don't
Some of
explode.
you will remember a similar
I
management
was
system
honestly
in Resident Evil
expecting
4. This time around, we've added crafting,
that's a good word.
which allows you to create items such as first aid and ammo. There's also an
okay.
assortment of weapons to find and utilize throughout the game.
We got to play Tetris with all the items in the inventory. I hate that.
I mean, figure it out. It's a new
Figure it
out, Mike. You know,
Get out of here with that.
For you, Mr. Winters.
How do you know my name?
Anyone has heard of the likes of you.
The merchant makes a return. This time he's known as the Duke.
Oh.
You'll be going to him to buy and sell weapons, amongst other things.
You guys think he's the same guy?
The director wanted to give him a unique look, and you'll often find him in different situations each time you encounter him. He's an interesting fella. Smash away with your trusty knife. There's plenty of items to find in your trap.
I thought that was a butt. The first time they painted that face, the way it's shaped. Got very excited.
Wait, do you hear that? And we've also got extra
Was that
objectives
Fabiano
outside
or
the main
the
one.
character?
Of course, it goes without saying that there'll be plenty of puzzles to solve for players to move forward. Oh, and plenty of surprises to keep you on your toes.
That's me at home dealing with the fucking mats in my room, bro.
Oh, no.
They're inside of him.
Oh.
I haven't cut open a man in a while.
Ooh.
Let me string you
That's what I'm
up,
saying,
slice
right?
your jugular,
Ooh.
and just watch.
Well, that's one way to end the video.
I'm supposed to be scared,
Now that
bro.
we've shown you what's in store for Resident Evil Village, let's take a look at the exclusive PlayStation 5 demo.
Oh.
I love that they keep doing these demos. It's great.
Yeah.
For this demo, players won't be playing as Ethan, but as a character we're referring to as the Maiden. Unlike the actual game, this experience doesn't feature combat or even blocking.
Walking simulator.
Just come get real scared.
Wait.
Why can't I hear Blessing talk?
You can't hear me?
No, I can't. It just, I don't know. It comes in really
We're
weird.
hoping to have players get a real feel for the visuals and audio as they take the Maiden on her journey to find a way out of the castle. And you can download the exclusive demo on PlayStation 5
right now.
today.
Hell
Of course,
yeah.
We want as many people as possible to get a chance to play.
No, gracias.
So we'll have a separate new demo available on all platforms, ready for sometime this spring.
Okay.
I love sometimes.
This year marks the 25th anniversary of the Resident Evil franchise, with the very first game releasing in Japan back on March 22nd, 1996. Since then, the series has expanded well beyond the realm of video games. From
Oh, we
toys
about to
and
get a
board
trailer
games to CG movies to
movie?
live-action Hollywood films, Resident Evil has become a cultural icon. Resident Evil continues to offer surprises around every corner, so let's pass it along to producer Tsuyoshi Kanda to hear more about what you can expect in 2021.
And there's the Netflix show, too.
Earlier this month, we started inviting players to join a closed beta test. The test won't happen until later next week, but I want to use this chance to reveal more details. With the 25th anniversary of Resident Evil coming on March 22nd, we are excited to celebrate this milestone with our fans. Last September, we showed off a piece of key art showcasing some of Resident Evil's iconic characters to start the celebration. Now, I'm happy to announce what was behind that. Let's take a look.
Fighting game, bless.
Oh my god. Imagine.
Dude, I would be excited. What is this?
It's like Uncharted Factions or
Yeah.
what was it? Last of Us Faction?
Action?
It's like a weird filter over it, though.
Yeah, it looks like kind of like
It looks like cell shaded.
Like it,
Looks like a Telltale game.
Are they remaking an older Resident Evil multiplayer game?
REverse is one of the ways we're celebrating the 25th anniversary of the franchise, showcasing so many of the characters that fans love. It'll be available for free to anyone who purchases Resident Evil Village. So be sure to follow the Resident Evil social channels for the latest news. And check out the official website for even more details.
We're gonna skip that.
What happened to the game that came with RE3, the multiplayer one? Or
that
came with RE3.
Yeah, it came with RE3.
Congratulations.
I would have guessed it never come out. Like I would have put money on that.
We can't wait to get our hands on REverse. For
REverse
the occasion, we are bringing the celebration to our game, Tom Clancy's The Division 2. For a limited time, you will be able to collect some of the iconic outfits and items from the original Resident Evil trilogy. Everyone that logs in during the event will get Leon Kennedy's Raccoon Police Department outfit as a warm-up. Now let's have a look at some of these.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Tim, it's not. I'll be honest.
I mean, just as like celebrating an anniversary, so we're collabing with other publishers. That's cool.
Also a cool outfit.
I wish the Division 2 came out again.
I'm with you, Andy.
You know what I mean? Like it never come out, and it just came. It would have been the perfect quarantine game, dude.
Yeah.
I mean, themes aside, I meant just more from a
It could have been though. Like we could have just played it. I think Greg tried.
昨年発表しましたフル 3DCG アニメーションバイオハザードインフィニットダークネスについてお話したいと思います。ゲームでおなじみのレオンとクレアが活躍する物語
We're all having trouble hearing you. Your audio is like there's a weird gate or something on it when you talk.
レオンがスーツ姿でとある場所でゾンビ事件に巻き込まれます。この作品はですね、Netflix にて全世界
A little bit, but I
配信にな
couldn't
りますの
tell
で
if you were just talking quietly or not.
That's weird. I don't know what that is.
Wow, a lot's been happening, and I hope you enjoyed watching. But if you missed anything along the way, don't worry. Keep an eye on the Resident Evil social channels and official website, which will be sharing everything from today's show. As a quick reminder, Resident Evil Village is available for pre-order starting today for the PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox Series X, Xbox One, and Steam for PC. And don't forget, PlayStation 5 owners get a sneak peek through downloadable content available worldwide starting today. It has been an absolute honor to celebrate the amazing Resident Evil leading up to its 25th anniversary with all of you across the globe. I'm your host, Brittany Brombacher, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you, Britt. DM me the secrets. How about that, folks? How about that?
Kind of lame as a showcase, but I think they did a good job of showing off Village and actually making it more interesting to me than it's been so far. This it seems very based on RE4, which is good. Bad in the sense of I don't think we're going to be getting RE4 remake anytime soon because it seems too similar to want to release those like year after year. But I like that it's a different vibe. I didn't love the vibe of 7 being kind of in the swamp and all that stuff. This like cleaner castle looking thing is different, at least. Like I like that it kind of has a Devil May Cry but less gothic vibe to the locations and stuff, and combat and all that stuff looks great. Of course the engine is fantastic always, and whether it's first person, third person is just magic. But I think the biggest thing is it being PS4, PS5, all that cross-gen stuff. Like it's good news for more people being able to play it, but you know, I'm ready to be able to move on and like actually have from the ground up next gen games, and we're just not going to be there anytime soon. But when you have the RE engine, I don't think it's really the end of the world because it's proven to look fantastic across 3 last gen games already anyways.
It'll look great, Tim. It's going to look great. I don't think you have anything to worry about. I think asking for a game releasing in May 2021 in 5 months to be only next gen is like a little too soon for that. And also, just a lot of people don't have the new console.
Yeah.
It's not an idea. It's not the fact that like, you know, not only can not everybody afford the new consoles, but not everybody can even get them that wants them. So I'm totally fine with it releasing on the old consoles. I think it's still going to look great on the new gen because I think you're going to get like an RE3, RE2 remake sort of look and vibe, obviously, or RE7 since it's first person. But Tim, now you're gonna get that sweet higher res. You're gonna get the better HDR, better textures. Who knows what else they'll offer for you? And on that PC, Tim, oh baby,
we'll see.
That's my thing is I think we've gotten games that have proven that you can have a game that feels somewhat next gen, even though they have PS4, Xbox 360 versions. Like Spider-Man Miles Morales is a game that I think looked phenomenal on PS5, despite it also having a PS4 version. And so like it coming to PS4 and Xbox One also has me the tiniest bit bummed, because I do get the vibes of like, okay, we're not there yet. Like we're not there where we're getting big third party or big first party games that are going to push all the way into the next gen consoles. But you know, I do still expect this game to look phenomenal on next gen. I do still expect those assets to look crispy. You know what I mean? Hopefully.
Mike, what did this do for you?
You know, Tim, you hit it really well on the setting, right? I do like the change away from what we saw in RE7 with the swampland. I am similar to Andy and Blessing here of like, I do have the understanding of we are a year to 2 years out before we see the hard cutoff, right? And it is disheartening to hear that we want to cut this off so fast from you, Tim, because there's just so many players out there, right? And we're in the middle of COVID. And, you know, I know we want to get to that next gen, but we're not there yet. And so for me to look at RE, you know, Village and think that this is the one, right? This is not the one for me. And we're not there yet. And as long as it's optimized, Tim, there's the caveat for you on your side, right? It's like, if this doesn't come out with that optimization patch on my RE Village, on my on Xbox Series X, then we're going to have a problem, right? But if it comes out optimized and everybody on both sides can have fun, that's all that matters. It's right, right? We came out with Cyberpunk and we had the same conversation of, man, this sucks. This isn't the true next gen. This isn't the version what we wanted. Well, here's a big test right now. May 7th, you have all your work cut out for you on this team. It has to have the optimization patch to prove to Tim right here who says, no, we got to cut the ties. We can't do this. And then there's the rest of us who's like, hey, it's nice for everybody to have this. But for me, in the next gen, you don't have this patch. We're going to have a problem here. You got to hit this.
And to be clear, that's kind of where I'm coming from. It's just like there's adds so many more questions, because at this point, we'd all be fucking stupid to assume, oh, it's gonna be fine. It's just gonna work. Like we should have learned our lessons from what just happened. And I think the fact that we haven't heard about these consoles beforehand, we all could have assumed that, and I think it would have been a smart assumption that it was also coming to PS4 and Xbox One, but they just announced that here. So it's like, I'm hoping that decision actually was made with them before, and it's not just like, oh man, we have to go back and like make sure it all works and make sure that all the different things are authenticated and make sure that they're going to work with the patches and stuff on next gen. For me, for a game like Resident Evil 8, like I would much rather, like, I'm with you guys. May, it is soon. Don't put it out in May then. You know, like keep working on it and have it be a next gen game. But that's just because I'm a fan of Resident Evil games. I'm a fan of the core Resident Evil games. So it's like, I want to see them. I want to see the Resident Evil franchise push a system like this.
You're gonna get that with RE4 remake though, you know, in a few years.
That's true. And I'm happy about that, because like I'll be the first to admit, like I am more excited about the remake line of games than I am about the new 7 line of games. That's
actually what I wanted to bring up. Like, how excited are you guys for RE8 Village? Because for me, as somebody who's historically not the biggest Resident Evil person, like I'm not like, I'll probably play this game, but right now I'm not in the place where I'm like super jazzed to play it. Because one, I didn't play RE7 just because I didn't care. But then also I've been enjoying the remake games more than the actual mainline like new numbered games. Like RE2 remake, you know, I thought was fantastic and was one of my favorite games that year. RE3 mixed feelings on it, but overall, like I think I enjoy that line of RE games more than the actual new ones. Not for any like particular reason. And seeing this trailer for RE Village, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this looks cool. This looks like it's gonna be good. This looks like if you played RE7, you will probably like this game. But for me as a newcomer to this type of RE game, it's not really doing much for me. Like it looks like a beautiful horror game, but that's kind of where it ends for me.
Yeah, I think I'll definitely give it a shot in the same way that I'm going to check out The Medium, where I'm not a horror fan. I don't really play horror games. I get too scared or whatever. Although, you know, I think I'm facing my fears recently, guys, and I'm glad that you all have supported me on this journey. Mm-hmm. But I will say that I am going to check it out from the where I'm just curious to see how the tech is being advanced for the newer systems. I don't think you have to worry. I personally, I'm throwing this out there. I don't think you have to worry about, you know, is this going to be PS5 and Xbox Series X ready? I don't think you necessarily have to worry about that here. I think CD Projekt Red's issue is like it feels so isolated and so different than a lot of other studios. Where Capcom, you know, they're putting out these products year after year after year. We had 2, we had the 3, we had the 7, and I feel like they're putting these out often enough. And my money's on like the idea that Capcom has hired port houses to port the old gen versions over, and it'll be I don't think we have to think that just because Cyberpunk fucked up every other console release is going to happen this way. A lot of other games have done this in the past, 3 months since next gen, or however long next gen released. Was it been 2.5 months, 3 months? A lot of other games have put out games that are cross, generation. I'm not super concerned with the fact that.
But have any launched without any issues? Because I don't think that's good. Have any launched without any issues, even if they're minor issues, but just things like the wrong version downloading on your game, or people not realizing they are playing the PS4 version instead of 5 because it's not clear and all that stuff. It's just those things that are. There's going to be problems. Yeah. There's more things they need to get right. And I get at some point this doesn't affect you, but it's I'm just saying all these things affect all of us in some way or another. And it's just I would rather a Resident Evil game be pushing the limits of stuff because I like Resident Evil. I get that people are kind of more on it. It's
yeah, I see that. I mean, I'm not going to tell you not to want the latest, greatest from the franchise that you love. To me, it's at this point, it's an annualized Resident Evil for me. It's I don't know, if somebody were to tell me, dude, Andy, I need Assassin's Creed to be the latest and greatest. I'm well, those come out every year. Who cares? That's how I feel about them. It's not it doesn't feel like this huge, release that's coming out every 4 years or whatever. But yeah, I'm not gonna tell you how you should feel about and what you should want from your game. So, I guess to me, it just feels like these are annualized enough that you could wait for the next one to be the latest and greatest, next year or whatever.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's just I don't think we're gonna get the RE8, the new actual core franchise one anytime soon, right? It's been years since 7, but again, I don't think it's doom and gloom. I think that this is going to work, and I think it has a better chance than not of working across last gen, this gen, totally fine. But it is undeniable that there's more of a chance that it won't than if it wasn't even on last gen. So that's where I'm at. I'm hoping this is good. It looks good, and this looks by far better than the games looked in the past couple showings, where so far we've only seen non-gameplay stuff, and it just seemed a little bit more atmosphere and tone setting, whereas this I'm okay, I get what this game is going to be and how it's going to be similar and different than Resident Evil 7.
Are you the type, Tim, that's extremely excited from a lore perspective? Because I know Britt, I know Michael Huber, I know there's a lot of people on the internet that are extremely stoked for what this does for the whole story and bringing back different characters. That shit doesn't really matter to you a whole lot.
It does, and in an unfortunate way, I did not vibe with the story of 7 at all, and that's why I do prefer the remake kind of storylines, because I can see them kind of going in a different direction and making new games in that storyline that we've already had, but without ever going down the RE5, 6, 7, potentially 8 route. I'm excited to see where they kind of bring characters back, but they brought some characters back in 7 where I'm this isn't necessarily what I want to see from this game. But I'm also just, besides the game, did anything else stand out to you guys?
Oh man, RE-verse might be my game of the year, man. Once I get my hands on that, it's gonna shut it all down.
Man, I did not know that multiplayer from Resident Evil 3 came out. I did not know that.
It did, and they just keep trying. It's kind of a bizarre thing.
What was the last very good RE multiplayer mode? Because I know there have been some that people really enjoyed, right? Back in the day.
Well, the Mercenaries people enjoyed, and the RE Revelations games had fun modes, but I don't think there was ever an RE multiplayer game that was yo, this is it. There was the Outbreak games that were fun online games back in the day, but that was just because online was a novelty, Yeah. I don't think they actually stood up.
Because they keep chasing it, and I respect it. Keep chasing that thing so you can hit it. Because I just assume they're trying to reclaim some past glory, and if that's the case, I respect it, go after it. But yeah, no, RE-verse seems like it's going to be possibly a fun-ish mode. At worst, it'll just be the multiplayer mode from RE3 that comes and goes within a day. You forget
about in 48 hours.
Yeah. RE-verse has no chance of getting a review score that's not a 6.5. Like,
I'd be surprised if it got review scores. Like,
that's another.
I want to see that happen.
Good point. And then the CG stuff they talked about. I was a little surprised at how little we saw announcement wise of this, of them doing RE showcase, and like, cool. They said they were going to show all the stuff about Village, and they did a great job with that. Gave us the date. There was nothing there. Gave us the demo today on PS5. Told everyone else demo's coming. Knocked it out of the park. But to then keep going with the announcements, I feel like it was kind of lacking, knowing that we have a Netflix live action show, knowing that we have a Resident Evil movie coming out with a date of September this year. Feel like that kind of would have been a great place to put this, but instead they announced the Division 2 thing and then re-announced the continuation of the CG series on Netflix without a date, unless I missed that.
It was worth it for Britt to be on the center stage talking about a game she loves.
Hell yeah.
Sega. My DMs are open.
There you go. What y'all think of those pre-order bonuses? I see a lot of people getting in live in the chat. You saw right at the end there was the, hey, we're going to give you extra gear to help the beginning of your journey out. What y'all vibe with that? Of course, I'm still in the camp of, we have never truly seen anything on the pre-order bonuses that are really, blockbuster must-haves. It's always just these weird knickknacks, nothing ever special.
Yeah.
What are we vibing with this, like, hey, extra gear stuff? What y'all think of that?
Seems bad. Like, looks like they're locking difficulty behind a pre-order bonus. That's never a good thing to do. Beyond that, all the little, like, the gimmicky little raccoon stuff, it's like, cool, whatever, it's cute. I mean, at the end of the day, this whole thing was just a commercial to get you to pre-order the game, as we've been sitting here on this screen looking at, right?
Yeah.
So I get that they're going to push all the stuff, but yeah, none of that is interesting to me at all. I'm like, cool, I want the game. I don't want any of these things.
Difficulty tied to pre-order seems kind of egregious. That seems very bad.
Good question.
Go for it.
Ethan Winters sucks, right? Like, I'm not the only one who thinks that. Ethan Winters is fucking terrible.
I hate
you talking off.
That's Imran Khan popped in. Yeah, I was saying, Andy was asking me like what I if I'm excited for the lore, and it's like, well, after 7, not really.
Like,
what do we know about Ethan Winters? How do we know he sucks? What do we know about him?
We know him from RE7. That's the thing. Like, he was the star of that game, but he's so forgettable, no one remembers that.
See, I wouldn't even wait. Is he like the main playable character in RE7?
Yes.
I wouldn't have known that. Like,
yeah.
That's on what. Yeah. No, I don't. We'll see. That's all I'll say. We'll see. With
Imran, what's your vibe on this?
RE8 looks cool. I want to play that game. I don't remember almost anything else they announced.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on RE-verse?
What a dumb name. Like, it's a clever name, but like, what a stupid name. And like, they keep trying this every it feels like every year. It's like, this is going to be the time. We're going to make multiplayer RE work this time. And then it doesn't work. And they're like, maybe next time, though. And then it doesn't work that time. So, I don't know. Maybe the best multiplayer RE game is going to be like dressing your Division character up as Leon Kennedy.
It feels like just getting the employee that works for you to like, oh, he's not working on anything right now. What if we just tell him to like, maybe just shuffle these papers and kind of like, they have a team that says like, I don't know, do another multiplayer thing. Who cares? Like, whatever. Nobody working on that project can possibly think it's going to be this big fucking hit, right? Like, it just feels so half-assed, and that's what really worries me about projects like this, when multiplayer little things like that come out, just like the one that came out with RE3 that I didn't know even came out. Like,
you're so right, man.
Feels like a waste.
This feels like it's trying to be like a Super Mario 35 kind of thing, where they're like, we're not trying to make this be like a hit or anything. We're just putting it out as like a fun little thing. And Super Mario 35, like, pretty fun for what it is, especially because it comes free with online. RE-verse is one of those things where it's like, okay, cool. We'll see how many people play it and get into it. If it's a fun thing, then that's gonna be like a cool, we did it. Like, we got it. Like, we got like a thing with a hook here that people are gonna have fun with and drop off later on. If it's bad, then I don't think anybody's gonna talk about it. I think it's gonna be one of those things that people worked on and like we threw it out there as a fun thing, as a fun gimmick, and like we'll see if it sticks or not.
Damn, I'm glad you reminded me about that, but we only have like a month and 2 weeks to keep playing Mario 35.
Yeah,
it's gone forever.
I gotta put that on the calendar.
And Mario 3D All Stars.
They're gone. They're gone soon.
Gotta buy that thing
a week after that, Resident Evil 8 comes out, so we're already kind of busy. There's already a pretty packed Q1.
Motherfuckers got me. I had to buy it. I bought this last week. because I was like, I don't want to lose out on being able to have this. So here it is. I'm such a bitch.
You're such a bitch, dude.
Actually, a good idea. I might do the same thing.
And with that, everybody, this has been our live reaction to the RE Showcase, our first live reaction in 2021. I'm sure we're going to be doing many, many more. Excited to get another game release date on the books. May, not that far away. But until then, let us know in the comments below what you think about Resident Evil Village. Love you guys. Goodbye.